Scripting allows more flexibility and customization in surveys. Discover uses JavaScript as its scripting language. JavaScript is the most common programming language used on the internet. If you know JavaScript, you're a level ahead with the capabilities you can build into your surveys. If not, the internet has a wide range of resources. Although there are a lot of resources, we've also created custom functions that make more common tasks easier to execute. When calling a function, there are 3 things you should be aware of: the name of the function, the parameters or data that the function needs to perform its operation, and the return value, which is what the function produces or gives back to you. Functions, once defined, can be called inside of script blocks. To communicate to the software you want to execute script, you start and end the script with 2 curly braces called delimiters. These are important because without the curly braces, the software will think you are writing regular text and the script will not be executed. Inside the delimiters, we call a function by typing the name of the function, and then inside a set of parentheses, we include the list of parameters separated by commas. In this simple case of calling a predefined function, when the script runs, the script block will be replaced by the return value of the function we called. Script can be injected into text fields in Discover, such as error messages where several predefined functions are already used by default. For example, the numeric question uses the range min and range max functions. The function written over here in the numeric error text will appear like this to respondents. This function requires no parameters and executes using the question that is active when the script runs, so the message will be dynamic for each question where it appears. This means that if you have 2 numeric questions with different range requirements, the error message will correctly represent the settings laid out in each question. Script can also be used in question text and list items. We'll set up these 2 cases together. Let's create a survey that uses the predefined function getLabel. We'll make a single select question and call it streaming service. In the question text, we'll ask respondents, which streaming service do you primarily use, and list a few options. In a follow-up question, we want to know why they use the service they selected. Insert a multi-select question that asks, why do you use ... Select all the reasons that apply. We want dynamic text to appear at the end of the question text to display the selection the respondent made in the last question. Insert the double curly brace delimiter to tell Discover we're entering script. Type getLabel. Next we'll put in the parameters. The only parameter this function requires is the question name. The value entered here is written in between quote marks since it is a string. This ensures that when running a script, the software can look up the correct question name, which may have multiple words separated by spaces or other characters. Open the quotes and then write the name of the question, streaming service. Close the quotes and the parentheses since we are done with the string and the parameters. All required information was entered for the function, so we will close it with the other delimiter. Another run-through of what was written will help us to ensure we typed in everything correctly. The script is case sensitive, so double check for that as well as spelling. If we do make a mistake, like spelling the question name wrong, the software should be able to help us out and let us know an error has occurred. One more thing to note, when script is used to reference a response to a question, ensure that the script is placed in an additional question after the question being referenced in the function. In this example we're building, if I were to move this follow-up question, the logic would not be able to return anything since the question I'm referencing has not been asked yet. I'll then paste in the list items I've written down in another document. I've included the same script from the question text in one of the list items to illustrate you can place script in other text fields. The preview on the right shows indicators that there is script that will run when the survey is being taken. Now to see these scripts in action, we'll publish the survey and take it. I will select that I'm an Apple Music subscriber, and when I click Next, that appears in the question text. There are several other functions that we've defined that will help you to create some dynamic messages in your surveys. Refer to help documentation to learn which predefined functions are available and where they can be used. This is scripting in Discover.